think on my worst days, it was waking up with a pit in my stomach, doom scrolling on my phone to try and avoid getting out of bed for as long as possible. There were some really bad days, just being honest, like where I would like go to work, so to speak, because I was working from home. And, you know, just I'm on Zoom or I'm doing phone sessions. So I was just in my pajamas, never got out of my pajamas, worked all day long till like 8 p.m. And I'm sleeping those same pajamas and get back up and do it all over again.
Yeah.
My hair, like those were the really bad days. And those were the days where I was still seeing way too many clients. Like some days I would see like 7 or 8 back to back on Zoom, and then trying to do billing in between and then manage a team of 15 where they needed me and they needed to consult with me, questions, things like that. So
yeah, I have a friend who was doing all Zoom sessions, and he was mentioning that when he realized he was burnt out, it was around noon, he would have lunch, you know, for whatever, half an hour between clients. And he's like, yeah, and he'd be like, well, I don't have anything to drink. I'll have a margarita. So you put it in like a coffee mug or, you know, glass that you can't see on Zoom. And he's like, yeah, like for like, I was sipping on a drink for a lot of the sessions I was on. And he's like, I wasn't drunk, but imagine if something happened, you can't defend that, right? Like, but he was like, yeah, that was the first sign that I was getting burned out and that things needed to change. And very similar to you, like he said, I'd pull on a polo shirt, but I'd be sitting in my underwear or whatever. And interestingly, just so that everybody knows, this is not, you're not weird if you do that. Like, this is a common thing, you know, like he said that his big thing that he had to change was no matter if he's seeing a Zoom session or, you know, telehealth, or they went back to in person. Like, if I'm working that day, I wake up, I take a shower and I shave. Like, you know, that is like the sign of like, we are working today. And he's like, it's weird what that does, but did you experience something similar?
I did. And it's really important actually for our brains, because our brains like routine and structure and like rituals. So I do the same thing now, because I noticed that there were like I said, some real bad days that went on for like 2 or 3 days. And I was like, oh my God.
That's why I want to record these podcasts, these conversations about this, is because you went through it. And I mean, you coach people, you consult, like you can sniff it out on other people, right? They've been through those dark periods. I don't want anybody listening to be like, well, only I struggle with this. Only I'm getting burnt out in my practice. Only I am not doing exactly the work that I thought I would do or that I love. It's not just you. Like, a lot of us have gone through that, right? We've all fought those demons. For me, I love working with golfers. I love it. But, you know, like, and I would tell you like, oh yeah, that's who I treat. Yeah. I see like 60% non-golfers. It's just that I love working with that 40%.
Yeah.
But like, there are a lot of frustrating people in there, and it's like, why don't you just work with golfers? I'm like, because I just don't have the volume yet, you know? So that's just one thing.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of Trust Driven Insights, brought to you by TrustDrivenCare. Imagine a world where all your patient communication is in one place, seamless, effortless, and on autopilot. That's the power of Trust-Driven Care. If you're ready to streamline your practice, check out TrustDrivenCare.com and see what's possible. Trust-Driven Insights. Real conversations. Smarter care. Stronger business.